everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and we are back with another one-page wonder. This one opens a little differently. I'll show you here in a second, but this is the front, and it has a ribbon closure, and then on the back there's a pocket with a cute little tag, and I put a bee charm on it. So that's the front and the back. This one ties at the bottom. It opens like this. And there's a pocket here. My little charm is not wanting to let my little book lay flat. And then it opens like that. And look, there are all kinds of little pockets back here. And I made mine with two-sided scrapbook paper. And this is one of the, I think it's English Garden. I don't think it's the English Tea Party. It doesn't matter. It's an older paper pack by Craft Consortium is the brand. So anyway, that's what I used. This is inspired by Margaret over at Seven Plaza. So she did one like this, and I learned how to do this fold from her, and it's not hard, but you know, there's a little bit to it, but we can do it. We can do it. I think that's what she always says. Together we can do it. So thank you for the inspiration. Okay, so again, it folds up, and then on the back, there's this little pocket too. So let's get out our paper. I'm going to use another piece from that same paper pack. In fact, let me just grab it and let's see what the name of it is. It's sitting right here. It is, oh, English Garden. There we go. And it's Craft Consortium. If I can find a link to it, I will. I bought it years ago, so no telling. 2015 is the date on here. Don't know if that was their company or anyway, but there's some, look at the strawberries. Anyway, lots of cute papers, and it's a nice quality. So I have several of their paper packs that I like to use. Okay. We are going to do very simple scoring. Okay, so on one of the 12-inch sides, and by the way, look at all the ink on my fingers. I've been crafting a lot today, everybody. I will put all the measurements and the scoring and everything in the description for you. So lay your paper in your scoreboard and score it at 4 and at 8. And then you're going to turn it and score it. Guess what? 4 and 8. Okay. And we're going to put away the scoreboard. Now, I am going to go ahead and fold my paper on those scores nice and neat. And I'm going to fold it in both directions. And I'm also going to take a moment to ink on all of the scores, just because it's going to make it much easier for you guys to see what I am doing. You can score yours, or score. You can ink yours if you want to. You don't have to, of course. But I would ink it regardless because that's what I like to do. But definitely for you guys on camera so you can see what I'm doing. And I am trying to be careful and make sure everything's folding up nice. Okay, now I've been using this vintage photo. I think I'm going to switch over. I used it on the prototype, but used my walnut. It's a little bit darker. We'll see. I liked the vintage photo on this paper, so I may regret that, right? I'm going to go ahead because the entire piece needs to be inked. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it really fast. If you don't want to watch me ink fast forward, I'm going to do all the way around and on all the score lines on both sides. So it won't take long, but not the most exciting part of the video, right? So welcome everyone. Glad you're here today. I hope you have time to do some crafting, and maybe this will inspire you to make a little pocket, I don't know, thingamajig folio. I like the orientation of this one, and it just looked a little different and interesting to me. A lot of the ones I do with the 12 by 12 paper end up kind of being, and this isn't a bad thing, but little folios that are approximately, you know, the same size, like a 4 by 6 or something like that, which is a fabulous size. I love that. But it's sometimes fun to have something a little different. All right, I'm talking and not that this is hard, but paying attention to where I've inked and where I haven't inked. All right, I'm almost done. So again, if you like the content, you like my channel, please consider, when you're watching my videos, leaving me a comment, giving me a thumbs up. If you are subscribed, thank you. If you're not, I hope you'll consider subscribing. All of those things are ways that don't cost any money, but really help creators on YouTube. So thank you guys. You guys are the best. Okay. We have that inked. I'm going to close that up for now. Okay. Now, I am going to, I've got ink and everything all over my paper, but it's okay. I'm going to get out my ruler and I'm going to get out my pen because we are going to mark our paper a little bit. I think it's easier. I think Margaret eyeballed hers, but I'm going to mark mine. So I have my paper and there's 9 boxes, right? Okay, on the score line that's on the right when you're looking, I am going to, from the top of the paper on the score line, I'm going to mark, and I'm just going to do centimeters because it's just easy, 1 centimeter, okay? Then I'm going to look at this score line and come down from this score line, but on this, the horizontal score line, but on the same vertical, I'm going to come down 1 centimeter from the horizontal. And I'm going to do the same thing in this next section. So all 3 of these blocks, basically, on their vertical score line, there's a little mark at 1 centimeter. Okay? And then I'm going to come and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to mark at 1 centimeter, at 1 centimeter, and at 1 centimeter. And you could use a pencil, and then if it's there, you can erase it. I'm using my brown pen. If there's a little tiny mark of brown, it'll be okay later. Now, I am going to, I'm trying to decide if I want to use my scissors. I think I'm going to use my scissors. Okay, and I'm hoping my pencil is working today. All right, I'm going to draw a line from the mark we made down to this corner, to this score line on each of these boxes. And this line, if I need to later, I can erase it. Doing it. Oops, see, I messed up. This is why I did pick up the pencil this time. Okay. Always draw it from your mark down to the corner, not corner to corner. So hopefully that showed you guys what not to do. All right, mark into the corner. All right, let's go ahead and cut these, and then I'm going to show you, we're going to do the same thing over here, but we can actually use the craft knife too. So I'm going to do this with the scissors, but let me just show you really quick if you want to use your craft knife and not draw the lines. Here's my mark. Here's my corner. I just turned the page, but it's the same thing. Actually, let's do it like this. I'm just trying to think of what's the easiest way for me to hold my paper. Okay. we marked those. This, I'm going to get to my my little line there that's a 1/2 centimeter down and then to this corner. And then instead of drawing a line and using scissors, you can cut. Now, if you make that mistake I made, you're messed up. So you're cut just like that. Now, eventually, we are going to cut each of these off. So let me go ahead and cut this one. And when you cut it off, cut out the score. We're going to use a couple of these triangles for some extra pockets, but we're going to have to cut them down anyway. So leave the score there. Don't leave the score in your folio. Okay? All right, before we do those two, let's go ahead and cut these out, and then we'll come back and finish those. So I have my scissors, and I'm going to cut right on that pencil line. Do whatever is the most comfortable for you. I'm a little more comfortable with my scissors. And, you know, other people like their craft knife. Okay, so save these because, like I said, we're going to use a couple of them, and then you can use the other pieces to make embellishments, little tags, whatever. Okay, so that was the top right-hand corner. I've already also done the top left-hand corner. But now, just cut right along the line you drew. And just go right to the score line. And do the same thing with this last bottom section. Okay, and then we're going to cut this section out. We want to leave the triangle, and we want to leave this triangle. This is going to be easier to see in just a second when I do it. So again, let's cut out the score line, and then same thing. We're going to cut it out and come right down to our little mark. Okay, so it looks kind of funky, but there we go. So we left the triangle, and now we need to cut out this section. So I'm going to cut as straight as I can. Cut out my little score line. And then cut out this little section. And again, it may be easier with the craft knife. I don't know. I think I watched this video weeks ago, and I think she used her craft knife. Okay. We've already done this one. So now I'm going to go back to my pencil and ruler method. I'm going to find my dot, my little line that I made. That's a 1/2 centimeter down. This pencil, I've got to put some lead in it. There we go. And then one more from the bottom corner up to my mark. My poor pencil. Okay, good enough, good enough. All right, so this is the part that I meant. It's not hard, but it's definitely, you know, it's not like just a couple of cuts and folds. You do have to take your time to do each part. And you don't want to get confused about which part you cut out or it won't work. So, you know, if you need to, you know, slow down and be diligent. Like, this is the section I need to cut out. You can do it however you want, but don't cut out your little triangles or it won't work. And you'll be upset, probably. I would be with myself, not with you. Okay, and now this top section from here. So, again, I'm cutting the score line out. And we're going to get to do some more inking. Okay, I think this one is definitely worth it. The little bit of fiddliness. Okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna get my ink back out, and we're gonna ink. I'm gonna fold my little pockets over so you see the flowers. So when I'm inking, I want to make sure that this is the side that's getting the ink, if that makes sense. It doesn't really matter if the sign with the little lines gets the ink, because you're not going to see that side. Okay. There we go. Almost done. It's easy, really. Once you know how to mark it and cut it, it's not bad at all. All right. Let me close that, but have a little ink on there because I'm going to do something else. Okay, so before I start gluing everything, I'm going to just sort of fold it together and just make sure I like it. Yay, I do. Everything's looking good. Now, I am going to round these top corners. I think I want to do the big one. When I'm not sure, I sometimes start with a smaller and then go. Okay. All right. And that's going to look nice. And once we get this glued together and we do the little ribbon, it's really just decorating and having fun. Yay. All right, so we're going to open it back up. And you can do these in any direction that you want. And you might want to look at your patterns and decide what looks good to you. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to just use glue. And this is the Line Co brand PVA glue. And I'm just going to put a bead of glue right along the bottom and close up my pocket. And then same thing, a bead of glue right along the bottom. And if you have to wiggle it, you know, to make sure it looks nice and straight. And then you can just kind of work on your crease there. All right, so this one I started on the right and left. I'm going to do left, right this time. So there we go. Bring it down. Very easy, this part. But when you open it up, I think it's impressive having these crisscross pockets. And then this one, let's do this side first. Why not? Just to have it kind of back and forth. All right. Ta-da! The paper's pretty. All right. Now, again, folds up, down. So this is the front. I'm just going to turn it over and we're going to do a pocket on the back. So you just pick any of these, and they're going to be a little too big. So I'm going to get out my trimmer and I'm going to trim off, I don't know, a sliver, maybe not quite 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to trim off maybe 1/8 of an inch there. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, it fits in there great. So let me show you my slivers. I cut off basically a little more than what was left of that score part, and a little bit off the top so that it would fit. So let me ink this one. And if you wanted to pick, I like using, you know, the paper, and then we have those triangles left over, but, you know, you could put a contrasting piece. And you know what? I have all of the triangles that I didn't use from my prototype. I didn't think about this. If I wanted to, I could have a little more contrast, perhaps. Oh, I could do the little stripes, right? I actually think I like this flower. Let's do that. So if you're going to make 2 or more than one, you'll have extra triangles that you can choose from to decide. okay? Hope that makes sense. So these are just from the ones that we did together, and then these are from some of the other pieces. Like I said, you end up with a whole bunch of triangles. All right, so now I need to trim this one down. Let's see. Yeah, it needs just a little bit. And because I want to turn it, it's going to be turned a little differently, but that's okay. So I'm going to trim it off. Let's see. Now I have the point up here, and that's all right. Okay. I'm glad I thought about that. So, or you could go with a completely different piece of paper if you want to add another pattern or contrast in. And we're going to add glue just 2 sides. Just those 2 sides. Make sure we have enough. And then I'm going to put it on. There we go. Cute. And they all kind of, since it's from the same paper pack, they kind of coordinate. All right, back to the front, which we'll decorate together in a minute. Okay, so now I'm on this panel, and same thing. Do I want to use some of those pretty blue, or do I want to go? I think I'm going to do this. I like it. It's making me happy. I'm going to use this one. And then I'll have all of those to make little bits and pieces or other things later. So again, I'm going to just trim off the score. Well, I'm close. Let me just take a touch more. Okay, now I'm good. All right, so I hope that made sense. So now we will have lots of pockets. So this will be a fun Happy Mail, a fun extra little pocket element to stick into a larger journal. The way this one opens, you could, here, I'll show you in just a second. Instead of putting that pocket on the back, you could choose to not put the pocket on the back and then actually attach it to a journal page. Let me grab one of my journals. So you could attach it here to the journal page, and then when you get to this page, you have the pocket and all of these, and it could open up. And of course, you could leave the top open or the side open. Yeah, I would probably leave the side open and still do the ribbon closure. That would be really pretty. And let's see, if we did that, would that work with the ribbon closure? No. But you could do a different kind of closure, right? Yeah, let me think about that. There'd be a different kind of closure if you want to attach it to a page. You could, yeah. I have to think about that. But there you go. You could do like a tab closure. We could put something here and here and tie it together. You know, that would definitely work. So this is, if you haven't watched some of my page idea videos, I think I've made a playlist. This is the journal that I was using to show a bunch of those ideas. Older videos, but we had fun. A lot of fun. So, okay. And I still refer to this and still actually add some of my ideas in there as I'm going. So it's a great resource. Okay. We have all of our pockets. All right, so the ribbon is easy. I'm going to use my slot punch that I like. Go kind of to the middle. Or try to be in the middle. And back to the seam binding basket to pick a color. I used blue on the other one, which was pretty. That green would be pretty, especially, I think, with that green. Let's see, I need about, oh yeah, this is plenty. This one, I used the measurement from the original video, and she had said about 21 inches. This one's definitely more, so I may trim it off just because it's my last piece of this color. But let's use it. So thread your ribbon through from the top, and then, you know, pull it until they're about even, and then you just tie a bow. Couldn't be easier, right? But I am going to adjust mine, and then I'll tell you the exact amount that I ended up using. I'm trying to conserve my seam binding. And with it being a little crinkled, you know, you may want to, you know, you may be able to stretch it out and see. Okay, I think that's enough. And then I still have some that I can top some tags or something with later. Okay. And I think it's definitely going to look good once I start decorating. So the thing about these paper packs is there were some one sheet of like fussy cuts for the whole thing. And it's a big pack of paper. Like, let me see. When you open it up, you can see here where I cut it. It's the heavy cards, cover cardstock too, not just the weight of the actual paper. So it's 40 pieces of paper. I guess I could cut these images out too. And it's beautiful, but that's all the fussy cuts. So I kind of used them, almost all of them, I think, in this folio. See the little bunnies and the little mice? They were cute. So I was trying to think, what are some things that I could decorate this with? And I did find already cut out, oh, there is one bunny left. A bunch of these spring fussy cuts. It's a label. There's a teacup and some flowers. And I think they're just from a variety of kits that I've had. And they're just pieces that are left. But I thought, well, this will be pretty with this paper. And we'll see how we do. And then I also just pre-cut out of a different sheet of that same paper, a few little tags that I thought could go in and could end up eventually, of course, getting decorated. So let's decorate the front first. This says blessed. I'm really liking the dragonfly, but I just want to look. Those tulips are gorgeous. We could do kind of an offset. Now, one thing, if you notice, these flowers technically are upside down. Oops. It is better to use a paper that doesn't really have any direction to it. I think this one was a little bit better, but you know, they're fine. It's just this one panel, because when you flip it open, well, I guess that's upside down, but those are correct. And that's correct. So I'm okay. It's okay. Not a big deal. Okay. La-di-da. I was thinking it might be nice to have a little more contrast, but I am very, very, very lightly inking this. I just wanted a tiny touch, and I think I'm just going to offset it and glue it down. I think it's beautiful, and I don't really think it needs anything else. If I decide later to put a little number or a label, I could do that, but it's soft and pretty and springy. One thing that would be nice to put in here is I could put in some of those scripture cards that I had, that I used in a video, I don't know what day, recently, could have been yesterday, the day before. Again, I'm filming videos kind of ahead of time from projects I've had in my queue, so that y'all have stuff to watch while I'm on vacation, and I'm just get confused about when things are going live. But that would be pretty in these pockets, is to put some of those, and then again give this as a gift. That would be lovely. You could put some little, you could put a little tab on here. We could just go to town. In fact, let's cut one out. Why not? Let's get a little bit of contrast. It's not a bunch, but I'm just gonna, I said tab and then I got excited, didn't I? We'll bring a little bit of that green to the front. Oh, I think that might be from my flower kit. Okay. I'm getting excited and distracted. So, isn't it funny that little bits of paper and flowers and things I find on my desk get me that excited? I think it, maybe it's a charming quality. I hope you guys think so. All right, we'll put that there. Oh, you know what? And if we do that, I could put a little charm on here and it wouldn't interfere with everything laying flat. Remember I said the little bee? It's still fine back there, but it was kind of messing with stuff. So I will put one on here and that will be cute. And I do that a lot, but it makes me happy. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to carefully punch a hole at the bottom. Let's do an eyelet too. Why not? Why not? I'm just changing everything up and it's okay. It gives you guys options, hopefully, of different ways you can, she's a bright silver, you can decorate, right? That would be cute. Hopefully I have a little silver. Well, you know what, though? I'm going to do the, I think I'm going to do one of those bumblebees because they're sitting here on my desk and they are a bronzy color and I don't really have an eyelet that color. Let's at least go with one that's not as shiny, even though that silver was pretty on the paper. I think it's okay to mix metals, right? Okay. And I know somebody's going to ask me about this, and it is my very old ancient silent setter because my crocodile's messed up and I don't want to buy another one. I tell you guys this every time I pull it out. But I'm just not ready to buy another crocodile. So there you go. My big bite still works. I'm just not pulling it out. All right. Ooh, I need a little bowl pin. And I did have silver in that. I guess I could have put a silver charm on, right? Let's just keep going. It's okay. We're going to stay with the bee because the bee is here. Of course, now I'm changing my mind. Remember, I had the turtles out the other day. We could have a turtle on this one because why not? Oh no, they're a little big. So is there one? I'm going to end up using all the tiny ones and not have any left, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do that. I should have done this the shiny eyelet, but it's all right. I will do a silver pin, the silver turtle, and the not so shiny silver eyelet. Okay, mixing my metals. There we go. Cuteness. He's going to be backwards. All right, and then we will go in the inside. There he is. He's cute. And see what we can do to a few of these pockets. Some of these are a little bit large. Maybe we'll do a little umbrella to, again, kind of signify spring, right? I do not want to accidentally glue closed my pocket, so I'm being very careful. Cute. Oh, look, here's a little mouse. Kind of the nod to the original paper. There's another one here, too. La-di-da. I think these are my porch prints kit. Digging deep to remember all this, you guys. All right. So definitely another mouse, right? That would be bringing in a whole nother look. Maybe a teacup. So we've got a little umbrella, or maybe the tulips. Yeah, let's do the tulips and the mouse. And I'm not inking these. I think they look kind of nice the way they are. I don't know. I usually either ink everything or ink nothing. And I almost always ink everything. And every once in a while I do this. I think I did it recently and mentioned it. I said, that's kind of strange, right in the middle of the project. I'm like, yeah, no more inking. Or I'm not inking that part. It's okay. I can change my mind, right? Cute, cute. All right, what's back here? All right, I have another umbrella, which is sweet. I have a big thing of flowers. Oh, that looks cute right there. This was definitely cut with Cricut, and I am going to clean it up a bit. Cricut missed a few little parts, and I don't want to see that gray. That means I got to do quite a bit. Okay, we'll go quick. I like to fussy cut. I don't just say that, I actually really do. But when I know, well, not everybody's watching anymore, but those of you that are still with me and watching, it's like, you know, watching somebody do something that's hard, a little hard, and you don't want to mess up because people are watching you. Not that this is hard. Pretty, right? Looks better. And then look at how cute it just sits at that angle. Love it. Okay. Whoa. I love when I can use things again from my stash. I'm going to have to go through. I have a lot of really pretty spring and summer paper kits that I've collected over the years, you know, digital kits as well as scrap of paper. And I just need to shop my stash, whether I printed it or I just have it saved, and it would be the right time to start using it, right? The right season. I need to do some Easter things too. So then these cute little tags, again, I want to get them decorated and looking cute. Maybe put some quotes and things on them. But for now, I'm going to, let's see what I've got. Okay, so I've got that one. And again, if I add some ink, if I get some contrast going with these, with the ink, that's going to make them pop a little bit better. And yeah, it'll be good. And there's definitely room for more things. All right, you can put other shaped cards, you could put pictures, you could put ephemera, right? Whatever you want. It doesn't have to just be tags. And this will be a great, great project. Okay, and a great addition, I think, to our journals. Okay, let's tie it up and take one last look. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that kind of bright, springy green, even though the papers are a little more subtle. It picks up that little piece of green right there in that paper. Okay, cute. I'm happy. I hope you are too. I hope you like it. I hope you'll make one. Let me know. And have a wonderful, wonderful, fabulous day until next time, everybody. Whoa, thank you so much.